Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Wednesday night on Sequoia Commercial Lending. And if this is the first time that you're on our platform, the name of the company is Sequoia Properties and Management. That's our official name, but actually doing business as Sequoia Lending. We are a platform where we provide commercial fundings to our businesses, but not just funding, but we also provide many other businesses, services and products to our business across the country. So for the last 2 months or so, we have been heavily promoting this particular service called SMERP, SIMERP. And I bet many of you already know what this product is. We have done so many trainings about this product. So if you want to know the detail of it, we have this product training in English, in Spanish, and in Chinese. They're all in our YouTube channel. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel and get more information out of this. We also have very detailed trainings to talk about how to explain about the proposal when you sign up a company, how much they can save, how much each employee can actually get benefit from from the FICA tax that they pay. So tonight we are going to be talk about the process. For the last 2 months or so, obviously there's a lot of trial and error, back and forth with the service provider, and finally we iron out what would be the best way, the most efficient way for us to sign up a client all the way to to get a client, to get a lead submitted to our platform, and all the way to enrollment, which is to set up the account for them, enroll into the program, and get their savings. Okay, so that's what we're going to be focusing to talk about tonight. So what our agenda today is that I'm going to show you a few things. Number one, we do have a SMERF calculator, meaning that a lot of agents asking us, hey, Alan, how much exactly can I make? Well, instead of me telling you how much you can make, we produce a calculator that you can actually download to your computer. You can play around with it and you can punch in whatever number that you want so that you can know exactly how much. Well, perhaps you can set a goal, how much money that you really want to make just through this one program. Of course, on the Sequoia platform, we have many different other products and services, such as cost segregation, which we talked about last week. We have tax appeal, which we talked about 2 or 3 weeks ago. We also have so many commercial product platforms that we can provide. But just through one service, just through this particular SMERF program, what is your own income potential looks like if you do it by yourself? What if you do it with a team of people? What is your money potential? So again, you can utilize the calculator, which I'm going to show it to you. And then the next thing is that a lot of people start asking, hey, how can I capture leads? Okay, where else the leads come from? So I'm going to show you what we have done in Sequoia with all the scenario forms that can help you. One scenario form can help you capture multiple clients or multiple services and products together. And of course, the main thing for today is we're going to be talking about the process, how exactly from A to Z for you to accomplish the entire task. And luckily, we have an honor to have one of a guest today on our platform, and I'm going to introduce him at the end of the conversation. Okay, and of course, last but not least, we have the Q&A session. Whatever you want to ask, myself, I will do my best to answer. And also this special guest is going to be on board with us. He will do his best to answer any questions that you have about SMERF. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the presentation. So number one, what we're going to talk about is the calculator. We do have a calculator. Where can you find a calculator? So any one of you, if you are a Sequoia member where you sign up as one of our consultants, you will have a website like this. Okay, so your calculator is actually in your back office. So once you log into your website, you go to your back office right here. Okay, and once you go into your back office, obviously through the back office, you can do a lot of things. You can monitor your teams, you can monitor your clients, you can so on and so forth. But the most important thing is that we have a lot of tools right here that's set up for you. So all you have to do is just to go down to marketing right here. Okay, marketing right here. you see something called Smurf calculator. So all you have to do is to click on it. It will bring you to this site right here where you can download. Okay, you see the download button right here. You need to download the calculator. Now, why can you not use it right here? Because this is an online calculator. So imagine you have 5 different people get online and you play around with this calculator at the same time. It's going to be a mess. So the best thing for you to do is just to download this calculator onto your desktop. Once you download it, it looks something like this. Okay, so you can actually play around with this calculator to give an estimate how much money that you want to make. So for example, right here, we show you that if you bring in any client yourself, you will get 46% of the commission. How much are we getting? As you already know, as a company, we are getting $20 per employee per month. So let's say that you are the one that brings in these clients. So how many you want to bring in? Let's say everybody, our goal is supposed to get to 1,000 employee personally. Now, it might take you a year to do it. It might take you 2 years to do it. It might take you 6 months to do it. I don't know. It all depending on how hungry you are. So let's say you get to 1,000 employees, and guess what? 1,000 employees, 46% of $20 is what? Is $9.20. So your projected income, you should have a goal to set 1,000 employee, which means that your monthly income will be $9,200 and your yearly income will be $110,000. How many of us can do this thing just one time and have an income of $100,000 every single year? Now, you can just build this thing one time. If you really want to just $100,000 is all you wanted to do, all you have to do just to build it one time, 1,000 employees, because once they enroll into the program, there's no reason for them to get out because it does not cost them anything. It saves them a lot of money. It does not cost them anything. And actually, they have the benefit. What is the reason why would they not be in the program? There are many reasons, but majority of them, they will stay in this program. So your goal is to get to 1,000 employee. And once you get to that goal, sit back, relax, and let this thing run. And you will receive $9,200 every single month. For how long? Forever. As long as they stay in the program, you will get that money. So now what if you saying that, hey, we have a gentleman right here, his name is Raymond. I don't know if he's online or not. His goal is to get to 10,000. So 10,000, and think about this, 10,000 employee, it might take you a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5, how about let's say 5 years? Let's say if you work so hard just by yourself, get to 10,000 employee, which means that you are making $92,000 a month. $92,000 a month. That's $1.1 million a year, ladies and gentlemen. Can you see this? Can you see that? What kind of business opportunity out there that you just work so hard for 5 years and you will generate $1 million every single year? Can you name me anything out there that can do something like this? I'm not even talking about building an organization. I'm just talking about your own effort. So now what if you have 10 people working together with you? And let's say each one of those have 1,000 employees, each one of them. What is your income look like? Again, your income, 1,000, now you get 10%. 10% of what? 10% of the $20, which is $2. So right now, what you're overriding is that you're overriding $20,000 a month. If you do not want to do anything by yourself, let's say you get back to, let's just say you just have 100 employees. That's fine, 100 employees. But you have 10 people working together with you, and each one of them got 1,000 people. So now you're talking about $240,000 in override, and your yearly income becomes $251,000. You got the idea. So what if you're on the second level? That you have 100 people in your second level, and each one of them have 1,000 employees. Well, let's just say 100 employees. Okay. So what are you looking at? You are looking at another $120,000 override a year. So you got the idea. You play around with the number, and again, hopefully that will motivate you to give you a clear picture. What is your income potential? Okay, so that is the mortgage calculator. I suggest everybody to download it, play around with it, and you can see what your income potential is. Okay, so next thing that we're going to talk about is scenarios. Now, a lot of people asking us, Alan, where can I find scenario? Where can I find leads? Where can I find leads? Okay, so this is what we do. We upgraded, we edited our scenario form. So again, when you go to the product page, okay, here we go. So under business funding, and as you all know, working capitals, equipment loans, truck loans, term loans, they're all business loans. So what we decided to do is that for all these scenario forms, when you click on it and when you click on apply now, similar, same thing, scenario form. But right here, what we added is that we added another option right here. How many full-time employees do you have? Okay. Now, if they say 3, 4, 5, whatever that might be, when they fill out a scenario form, guess what? You will receive one also. So when you look at the scenario form and when you see them, they say, oh, how many employees you have? You see them, they have 5, 10, 15, whatever that might be. Contact them. Let them know that, hey, you already qualify for the SMRF program. You already qualify for the SMRF program. Let me enroll you into it. Let me explain to you what it is. Let me explain to you how it works. Now, if you do not want to explain to them how it works, please do us a favor. Send the video on our YouTube channel. Send it to them. Let them watch to see what it is. Okay? After they watch it, just do yourself a favor. Say, hey, Mr. Business Owner, and all I want you to do is to please watch this video. And this video will explain to you what a SMRF program is all about. Okay, now where do you find the video? You can go all the way down to our website. You see the website right here. Just click on the YouTube channel right here. This is the YouTube channel right here. This is our channel. So right here, you will see something called SMRF program right here. SMRF right here, you will see training in English, training in Spanish, training in, oh, where we go? Where did we go? Okay, right here. Training in English, Spanish, and also in Chinese. Okay, we have 3 different languages right here. Depending on what your client is, have them to watch it. And after they watch it, then give them a call back saying, Mr. Client, when can we, send us the documentation, let us to give you a free, no obligation proposal. Again, the whole thing is free anyway, no obligation or whatsoever. And after that, you decide what you wanted to do. Got it? So again, that is what we did, is we upgraded, we edited all the scenario form and asked them, how many full-time employees do you have? That way will help you to capture more clients. All right. So that is the second thing. Now, the next thing obviously is going into the meat for tonight, which is the process from A to Z. Exactly what do you need to do? So step one, you need to do the initial presentation. Now, obviously, before step one, obviously, you still have to look for the client, look for the lead, so on and so forth. That is, that is on your own. Once you have a client that's interested in it or qualified in it, you can do the initial presentation. I already mentioned to you, when the scenario form comes in, you see on the bottom, they're saying that they have 5 employees. Give them a call. Let them know that they qualify for it. When is a good time for me to introduce something like this to you? Give them the presentation. Let them understand that they already qualify for it. Mention a few things. Number one, it's a free, no call, out-of-pocket cost program. Does not cost them anything. Does not cost the employer anything. Does not cost the employee anything. If they do not enroll, it's their loss. If they enroll, let them know what the benefit is. The benefit is what? Is always twofold. The employer receives 2 benefits. What are those 2 benefits? You got to remember. You got to sink into your brain. 2 benefits. Number one, we can lower their workers' comp up to 30%. Okay? We can lower their workers' comp up to 30%. That's number one. Number two, benefits. For every employee that enroll into the program, the employer will receive $630 per employee per month, per employee per year, sorry, per employee per year on payroll tax savings. Now, this is savings. This is not the money that they take back from the government. It is every single year they pay $630 per employee per year. They pay $630 less to the government. So imagine if they have 10 employees, they save $6,300. If they have 100 employees, they save $63,000. So you got to remember those. So that is the benefit for the employer. For the employee, now they got benefits such as hospital care, vision, dentals, critical illness, so on and so forth. So that is the first thing, no cost to anybody. Number two, benefit to the employer and the employee. Number three, they do not change any of their current benefits. If they already provide benefits to the employees, they don't have to change anything. They don't have to change anything. Okay? So again, that is your initial presentation. So now, once you talk about a presentation, the next thing that you do is that, hey, let's submit a scenario form for you. Let us give you a proposal. So the next step, what you need to do is to ask them to provide a payroll journal and a W-4. So again, how do you do that? You go back to your product page, ask them. You don't need to fill them out for you, for them. They have to fill them up themselves. Go to Workplace Wellness. Click on Apply Now. So here, they also can watch some 2-minute, 3-minute video. They enter all the necessary information in this form, and they hit Submit. And after they hit Submit, they will go to this page. It's called the Titan file. The Titan file, it's a third-party secure website portal for them to upload documentations, all encrypted. It's safe. It's a third-party software that we subscribe to. So all they have to do is just to upload the documentations from this website. So all they have to do is just to put in the name, email address, and the journal and the W-4. Now, some company claim that, hey, I don't have a W-4. I don't know where to find them. No problem. So in that case, what do we need to give it to them? In that case, we will ask them to fill out something called a census form. Okay? A census form. Now, where do you get the census form? You go to, again, everything is in your back office. You go back to your back office, go underneath the marketing material, and it will direct you to this particular page right here. Here, you will have all the flyers and everything that Sequoia ever has. Now, for this particular one, you click on Product and Flyers brochure, and you click on Wellness Program. You see something called Wellness Master Census. So you download it. It looks like something like this. Okay, it looks like this. So we just need to know their names. No social security number needed. We just need to know their names, marital status, where do they work, what state they work in, so on and so forth. So the HR would need to know how to fill that out. And once they fill that out, boom, they submit it to the to this website right here. Where is it? Okay, right here. Submit it right here. Then our service provider, Will, and his team will receive it, and now they will start the proposal. So this is the second step, is to provide the necessary documentations. Now, many clients will ask, how long do I have to be in business? You don't have to be in business for 2 years. As long as you've been in business for 30 days, that you stop paying payrolls to your employee, then you are qualified for it. Okay, so that is the second thing. Now, the third thing, once you upload everything to it, as it as a Sequoia consultant, you do what? You do step number one. That's your job. Step number two, your client's job. Your client needs to upload everything for you. Number three, this is once Will and his team receive the payroll journal W-4 or the censor, whatever that might be, then they will produce a proposal. A proposal normally takes between 5 to 7 business days to generate a proposal. Now, once the proposal is ready, you as the agent will receive the proposal. Okay, you will receive the proposal. We are going to send it to you. You will receive it. Now, what does the once you receive the proposal, it is you have two choices. Choice number one, you explained to your client. Yes, you explain to your client. Choice number one. Or if you don't know what to do, we can assign you an advisor to explain that to your client for you for the first 3 times. Okay, for the first 3 times. So now you need to learn. If you don't know how to do it, again, we can help you out. That's not a problem. So number 3, the proposal is generated by the service provider. Now, once you have the proposal, you go to step 4. Step 4 is what we call the welcome call and to review the proposal. So in this particular call, as I mentioned, either you do it yourself or we assign somebody to do it together with you. Okay, so during this call, we will explain the proposal for our client, how much money you save, for each employee that you have, how much each one of your employee will receive, what type of benefits, so on and so forth. So this call right here, okay, this call right here is only for employer, for the boss, no one else. The boss might bring in his CFO. The boss might bring in his accountant. Absolutely okay. But this presentation is only for the boss. So after that is doing the presentation, most likely, I have not seen anybody who say no yet. It's just because it makes sense. Now, the trick is this. Any company, the size between 10 people to 50 people, those are the company that can sign up just like this very, very quickly because they see the savings. Let's say you have 20 people. 20 people, $630 per employee per year. You are talking about $13,000 saving. To the boss, immediately it registered. Wow, $13,000, I saved $13,000. No problem. Let's go ahead and sign up. They are very easy to do. And also between 10 to 20 or 50 people, that type of business, you are able to talk to the boss directly. Okay, you talk to the boss directly. Now, however, if you are on the low side of it, that anything that below 10 people, now I'm specifically talking, well, 8, 9, 10 is still towards the 10. It's still very easy for them to say yes. But once you get to 2, 3, 4 people, a lot of time they're not going to have any interest. Why? Because let's say you got 3 people. 3 people, $630 savings. That is what, $2,000, not even $2,000 saving. So to a lot of those bosses or the employer, they just don't want to deal with it. You say, well, man, I'm going to go through so much trouble for $2,000. You know, it's not worth it. I just don't want to deal with it. So I found out that many of that size of company, it's actually hard to register. Okay. So my suggestion is that when you look for a company, at least 5 people and above. Don't look for 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. I mean, you can definitely talk to them, but again, the success rate personally is a lot less than 10 to 50 people. Now, on the other side, once you have company that is above 50 people, 60, 100, 200, 1,000, now most likely you will not be able to talk to the boss directly. You might talk to a CFO. You might talk to an HR person. That person cannot make a decision. they have to go back to the boss. They have to go back to the board. They have to go back whoever that can make the decision. And that person most likely is very busy and just never have time to talk to you, so on and so forth. So even though they have time to talk to you, and again, it takes time. It takes much, much longer time for you to enroll somebody that a company that has so many different employees. Okay. So that's my personal experience. Might be different. Different people might have different experience, but that is just mine. So now for this particular call right here is to talk to the boss to let them know how much saving that you have. And once they say yes, the next thing that you need to do is the intake form. Okay. Now, again, where do you find the intake form? Back to your website. So right here on you see a Smurf calculator. Now you see the Smurf welcome call. So you click on it. Now you have this intake form. So all you have to do is just to fill out the information for this intake form right here. So ask them one by one, what do you have? So what's your federal credit number? Again, you just go through the form. Now, again, if you don't know how to do this, it's fine. We will assign somebody to do it for you. This intake form is very, very, very important because this intake form will find out exactly what type of benefits currently they have. Okay, so based on what they already have, our service provider is going to structure the benefit on top of what they already have so that we don't duplicate. So now, once the intake form is done, once the welcome call is done, step number 4, it's done. Then we move to step number 5. So after the intake form is done, everything goes back to the intake form goes back to the service provider. Now they capture all those information. Now they prepare something called, they prepare a contract. It based on what kind of benefit that they have. Now they go back there to provide, to structure the benefit, what kind, it could be accidental care, it could be health, it could be vision, it could be dental, it could be a life insurance, all kind of different products. Okay. So once that contract is done, then they will email it to the client. Client received the contract, they have to sign the contract before to move on to the next step, before they are able to enroll. So after they review the contract, they sign the contract via DocuSign, service provider get it. So in that case, now we need to do a group call. Now, this is the time that we schedule the entire company together, and we will give them a presentation about what this Smurf program is, not just the boss, but everybody in the company. So normally the way to do it is that during the welcome call, we ask the client, hey, when do you have a sales meeting with your team? When do you have a company meeting with your team? When do you get together to talk about a business, company policies, whatever that might be, with your team? And again, they will tell you a date. So in that case, then we will say, well, how about a schedule in a week from now, 2 weeks from now, 15 days from now, whatever that might be. So that time, after they sign the contract, then we schedule a group call with everybody in the company. So that call is going to be a Zoom call. Okay. They can dial in from their cell phone, or they can gather in their conference room, whatever that might be. So one of our enroller will present the call to them. So again, you don't do it. Is our enroller is going to be here to talk about this. Okay. So this call is very, very important. You need to let your client know that, hey, we need 100% participation. Why? It's because this is a federal program. The federal program saying that, hey, you need to offer this to everybody in your company. You cannot discriminate. Participate or not is a total different story. But you have to provide a percentage opportunity to everybody in the company. So that is very important to get everybody on board. We will do the group call. So doing the group call normally is not going to be more than 20 minutes. We're not going to enroll anybody in that call. We just tell the employees that you guys are doing a fantastic job. Your boss right here like you guys so much that he decided to offer free benefits for you guys. There's no cost to you guys. No, no cost to your take-home pay is exactly the same. And whatever benefit that you can get is based on your FICA tax, how you pay your FICA tax. So we talk about the program a little bit. We share with if they have any questions, so on and so forth, now they can ask us and our enroller is going to answer. So no more than 15 to 20 minutes. And that meeting will be over. So now before we done with the meeting at that time, now what we do is that we will, number 7, we will send a calendar to the employer so that the employer can distribute to the entire company. Okay, so it's very important that we inform the employer saying that, hey, once you receive that link, make sure that you send it to all your clients. I mean, all your employees. Now the employee will get to the a calendar to schedule a call with one of our enroller. Now, during this period of time, normally we will give them what we call an open enrollment period. So for example, let's say today is Wednesday night. We just did the group call, okay? Now, most likely the employer is going to say, hey, let me think about this. Let me talk to my wife. Let me talk to my husband. Let me plan it out because I got 2 kids and we want to see, how many family members going to get involved, so on and so forth, okay? So now Wednesday night, the group call is over. Then normally we would like to start the enrollment next Monday. So we will give them Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, a few days to think about. So that now next Monday, then the enrollment will start. Now the enrollment is not going to last forever. So normally, depending on the size of the company, if the company is only like 5-10 people, we will just open enrollment for 1 day, maximum 2 days. So basically, which means that they have only Monday or Tuesday to enroll. Now, if a bigger company, then obviously we can give them 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, whatever that might be. But it's not going to be more than 5 days. At any size of the company, we can get it done in 5 days. If one enroller is not enough, let's say you have 1,000 employee company, one enroller is not going to get it done. We got 2, 3, 4, 5 different enrollers to come in here to sign everybody up. Okay, it's pretty straightforward. So because by the time they go to the enrollment, the proposal is already ready. Every single employee's information is already proposed, and all the numbers are ready to move forward. All right. So again, we will have approximately maximum 5 days of enrollment. So you need to tell your client, hey, from this point on, we will start the enrollment on Monday, and the enrollment day will close by Wednesday. So all your employee, either they enroll or they select not to enroll. It's totally up to them. Now, remember, you tell the client, you tell the employer, if they do not enroll, then you just have less $630. You got 100 employees and only 90 of them enroll, you only got $630. Does that make sense? So it's encouraging the employer to encourage their employees to enroll into these, as many employees to enroll into the program as possible. And again, remember, a lot of employees saying, hey, if I don't enroll, do I get money back? No, they don't. Whatever they take back is still take back. Okay, they're not going to get a dime out of the whole thing. If they don't enroll, then they just do not have that. They miss that opportunity. They just do not have that benefit for them. Okay, so it's very, very important because we just signed up mechanic shop. We just signed up a mechanic shop, and as you know, in the mechanic shop, there's a high risk workplace. It might get into accident. So we were able to provide accidental care for all the employees up to 60% of their salary, 60% of their salary up to 26 weeks. And all these employees were just stunned. They don't have this kind of benefit. And if they go out there to purchase this type of benefit, it will cost them so much money to buy something like this. And when we tell them that, hey, we can offer it for you for free, everybody sign up. So think about this. If they don't sign up, let's say 10 people sign up, 2 did not sign up, and they got into an accident. They cannot go to work. they do not have that kind of coverage. We provide it to them for free, right? So now they have to get into the enrollment period. Now, once they miss the enrollment period, too bad. They have to wait for another year to come back in. Once it's closed, it's closed. The door is not going to open again until next year. So they have to wait until next year. So that is, but the enrollment is going to be a one-to-one service. It's not like everybody get into the room and no, because the enrollment is very personal, it's very private. So let's say I'm single and I need this type of benefit versus John Doe is married with 2 kids and he needs another type of benefit. So again, it's many different people. Individually, the needs are different. So it's going to be a one-on-one a service for these clients. So again, that is the whole process. It's not going to be difficult, but however, it took us a while to finally realize how important it is. Because if if we do not get the process right, a lot of this file will just got stuck in there. It's not going to come out. Okay. So that is what the process is. And now I encourage everybody, go out there now. Really, we already been through it. We already have companies that sign up. Personally, I have 2 companies that signed up already. So total about 25 employees. Now I got through it myself. Now I'm willing to go out there. I know the process. I know exactly how to do it. So my suggestion to everyone is that, hey, you come to the Sequoia platform. It's no fun if you don't make money. I say it over and over again. It's no fun when you do not make money. Go out there, utilize it, sign up a company, and now we have all these different tools, all different methods for you to generating leads. So again, it is totally up to you. This is truly a business worth for you to build. And think about this. What is your goal? Your minimum goal is 1,000 employees. And I believe truly to my heart, everybody can achieve that goal. It's just a matter of time. And if you put your effort into it, if you put your mind into it, day after day, you do this thing, you just commit yourself 1 year. Commit yourself 365 days. Get to that 1,000. Then after that, the next year, your life will be much easier. And this is how you replace your full-time income. I don't know what you do. Okay, I don't know what you do. If you're not full-time with Sequoia yet, you are still working with somebody. If you have a job, job, you are just overbroke. We already heard of that over and over again. So the question for you is that when are you going to be able to get to financially independent, which is my topic this Friday. If you want to find out how you can get to financially independent, come to this Friday. It used to be Mo is the one doing it. Mo is financially independent. He's out there in Hawaii somewhere running around and having fun with his family. So this week he's gone. I cannot get a hold of him. He's saying, hey, I'm going to shut down my phone. So this Friday, I will I will be in the training to take over Mo's place. I will be talking to you about financially independent. How can you get there? And I truly believe through the Sequoia platform, through not just a platform, through all the services and products that we offer, every single one of us in this room should be able to get to financially independent no more than 5 years. No more than 5 years. Okay, so it's totally up to you. So at this point, I want to introduce a very special guest for the last so many times or so many days and weeks, and we have been contacting each other. We've been talking to each other. We have been fine-tuning the process. We have to put the process into place, and finally, this is what we come up. So he is one of our enroller. He has tremendous amount of knowledge in terms of how to enroll agents on board, what this product is all about. He is the left-hand man for Will. Many of you already met Will. He's on our platform many times already, and he's the wingman of Will. So without further ado, Corey, are you in the room?
I am.
Hey, Corey, welcome to Sequoia. And again, for the last few weeks or so, and we have been talking to each other, fine-tuning the system. Thank you so much for your help to on our Sequoia platform. So again, I want to officially introduce you to the team, and I believe that many of us will be working together with you. So again, just introduce you to the floor. Feel free to share whatever you want to share with the team. The floor is yours for the next 5-10 minutes.
Absolutely. I appreciate it, Alan. So just to introduce myself, I'm Corey Stark, and your service provider. I'm the national director of that company. And I'm most passionate about working one-on-one with new agents, especially an organization like Sequoia Lending, who has just an elite level of professional above and beyond what most people get to work with. It's really a blessing to get to work with you all one-on-one and at the level of professionalism that you have. When I started doing this, I only knew two things to tell business owners. And I knew that I could save them on some payroll taxes. And I knew that we could give their employees benefits and nobody had to come out of pocket for it. So without knowing much at all, I knew that I only knew a few people that owned businesses with some employees, right? So not everybody knows a huge network of business owners. But the few that I did know, I went to them. I trusted them. They trusted me. I said, hey, if I can show you a way to reduce your payroll taxes and give your employees benefits, and none of you had to come out of pocket for it, would you watch a presentation with me? It would really help me out. Or would you get on a call with me for 30 minutes and you can leave your wallet locked up because I literally can't sell you anything? And they were open to it. And I thought, well, maybe there really is something to this. And I've been in the insurance business for about 15 years now, and never before have I been able to walk into a group setting, give everybody benefits, and never ask for a check. It's never happened. So I saw this as a really unique opportunity. And that's just what I did. I went to those business owners that I knew. If I can reduce your payroll taxes and give all your employees benefits and neither of you had to pay for it, would you go on a call with me? And they did. And so I started, once we got those employees enrolled and these cases were done, I went back to those folks and I said, look, I appreciate you trusting me with this. You know, it's an honor for me to get to work with you and your business. And I cherish our relationship. Based on the value that we provided, now that you see the benefit of this, and trust me, these business owners have been looking for a way to provide some kind of benefits to their employees, but it's too expensive if you don't do it this way. I said, is there anybody that you know that owns a business that you care about, that you want to know about this? And they said, well, of course, everybody I know that owns a business needs to know about this. I'm glad you said that, because this is how we can compensate you. And that's how y'all are going to build your business with Sequoia Lending. So then after talking to all these business owners, one after another, I realized a common theme. Everyone talked about how expenses are through the roof. They all need to reduce their expenses. Taxes are one of the biggest. And then the cost associated with retaining employees. On average, it costs $4,500 to replace an hourly paid employee. And on average, a salaried employee costs 3 times their annual salary, as high as 3 times that employee's annual salary. So while these payroll tax savings are great, they know how expensive it is to deal with employee turnover. So it was just it's just a bonus to them. But where their money's going is looking for good employees that'll stick around. So then I realized, people don't care about what you know until they know about what you care, if they don't know you. So if you can speak to their problems and reveal a problem even that they didn't even know they had, overpaying on payroll taxes, then now they know that you care about the issues they're having. So my pitch changed a little bit. And I would go to every employer and say, look, every employer I talk to is having 2 problems. One, they need to reduce their expenses, and taxes are one of the biggest. And 2, they need to spend less time and money looking for good employees that stick around. Now, I can't make all your payroll taxes go away without going to prison. And I can't make all your employees stay without starting a prison. But if I can get you more of what you do want and less of what you don't want, would you jump on a call with me to see what we're doing? And every single employer that I've put on a call, with the exception of a few that just weren't a good fit for us, not that we weren't a good fit for them, has done this, implemented the program, and enrolled these employees. My very first case, the owner, with freed up tax dollars, bought a critical illness with cancer policy. Pays a $20,000 lump sum benefit if, God forbid, anyone's diagnosed with end-stage renal failure, internal cancer, heart attack, or stroke. And he was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and we're in the process of paying a $20,000 claim. So things like that really do make a difference in these people's lives, in these employees' lives. How many business owners do you know that have employees that if they got hurt or sick, could go a few weeks without getting a check and still make the car payment, or they could still make the mortgage payment? If you've never seen somebody fight lung cancer and a foreclosure at the same time, that is hell on earth. And it's extremely excruciating to see. So these benefits that we put in place pay cash directly to these people, because while they may have good medical insurance, they can't go into Walmart after they've been sick for months or been injured and can't go to work and get a check and use that Blue Cross Blue Shield card or that United Healthcare card or that Kaiser card and pay for groceries with it. They can't pay their light bill with that medical insurance card. And very few employers have employees that can go just a few weeks without a paycheck and still pay their bills. So traditionally, what's stopping employees from participating in things like this is the cost. At a time when expenses are going up for employers, they're going up for employees too. So they're not participating in these benefits that are offered to them because of what it costs. It affects their take-home pay, and they need the money. And if that's not the case, it's their health that keeps them from qualifying. Well, everything we do is guaranteed issue, and there are no health questions. So now that cost isn't the reason they couldn't participate, and health isn't the reason they couldn't participate, we see almost 100% participation from every employee every time. And that's incredible. Knowing that things like this now, what I've told you and what Alan Wu has told you, if you know an employer, now you have a moral obligation to share this with them. These are the things that really affect people's lives. And when you can get such a lucrative income from doing the right thing and sharing this idea and this concept with employers, it's a win for all of us, for you, for Sequoia, for the employer, for the employee. So if anybody has any questions as to what questions you need to be asking employers to get them on a call with you, or how we move a case forward, any of those steps that I can help you answer questions for, I'm happy to do that. But first, more importantly, I'm just elated to be able to get to visit with you guys tonight, especially such a professional organization. And I want to make myself available to you all through Mr. Wu to help you get these businesses enrolled and get the conversation started with them at minimum. I have employers that have 2 employees, and I'm working with companies that have 22,000 employees, major Fortune 500s, and then a small office supply company local to me. Let me give you some numbers just to illustrate the potential. In the county I live in, there's 2,756 businesses that have between 0 and 500 employees. I don't live in a big county, not a high populated area. In the city of Orange, where I live, there's only 18,000 people. So if I went out and had that conversation with all of those 2,756 businesses, remember, they only have between 0 and 500 employees, and I only got 10% of those. And out of that 10%, they only had 5 employees each. That's 1,300 employees already. That times your 46%, that is an incredibly lucrative income. And folks, I live in a little tiny town in Texas on I-10, and that's just 10% of the businesses. And that's if they only had 5 employees each. The opportunity is insane right now in this niche market. There's only about 32 million businesses left. So if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer them. If there's any information you think I might have, I can share with you. I'm happy to do that.
Well, thanks a lot, Corey, for a lot of this insight and motivation. So obviously the potential is huge, huge, huge right here. So we do have a question from Daniel asking, does participant receive any tax document next year after they sign up, like 1099, 1098, things like that? So how do you answer that?
Are you referring to a partner with Sequoia Lending, like the agent of record?
No, I'm talking about, well, we as an agent, we receive income. Of course, we receive 1099. That one has no doubt. I'm talking about the participant because they get tax credit. Every month they get $1,220 deducted from their taxable income. So at the end of the year, do they, like when they file tax return, is there any something special, something important they need to notify their CPA? Any document they need to bring it to the CPA?
Right. So in box 14 on their return is for medical expense reimbursements. And that's where they'll put that amount at.
So, okay. So they consider an expense?
It is a medical expense. We offer them a wellness platform that has a doctor, nurse practitioner, a full medical staff that's available to that individual for $0 copay and unlimited usage. And we engage them immediately. And every service within that wellness dashboard has a CPT code attached to it, just like any medical billing would. So we can justify a medical expense.
Okay, I got it. But
that is reimbursable.
I see. Do they actually receive any document with the total number so that they can put on their tax return form?
Yeah, so the self-insured premium, the SI portion of SMRP, that's the $1,220 pre-tax. So that amount times 12 throughout the year is the medical expense that'll go in box 14 on their tax return.
Okay, I got it. Okay, I see.
Okay, well, again, okay, well, thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Does that show on the W-2 form of the employee?
It will be on the W-2, yes.
On number 14 of the W-2?
No, it'll go in box 14 on their return.
Oh, or of the return. And on the W-2, would it show an amount on a specific
The
box?
W-2 will have the amount of medical expense reimbursement. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
Yes, I have a question. Can you hear me?
Oh, go ahead, Nelson.
Yeah. I have noticed that there's no number of months for the payroll journal, and I submitted an application today, and we finally found out it was 3 months. But is it 3 months you need on the journal? Is it a year? What is it? Or does it vary?
It's the most recent payroll run.
Only one payroll run.
Yes.
Right. And that'll have the year to date on it.
Okay, great. That is.
So can you repeat? Do you need year to date, or you don't need to see year to date?
It's not necessary, no, but typically the most recent payroll run in its entirety will have the year to date on it.
Sure.
Okay.
Just one payroll journal, the most recent payroll journal plus W-4. That's it.
That's right.
Okay, and I have another question that came up also because I put a few in, but they haven't completed yet. The partnership, they ask, I talk about Sequoia, but Sequoia is partnering with your company is called Titan.
No, Titan is the secure portal. It's a service for you to
Oh,
upload the
okay,
documentations
okay.
to.
Pardon my
Well,
ignorance on that one.
Corey, yes, Corey's company is Will Serve. It's Will. You met Will. He's the company the service provider that they have contract with all the service providers that can provide this SMRF program.
And the name of Will's company is?
Will Serve.
Will Serve?
WILLSERV. Will Serve.
Okay.
It's Will Serve Solutions.
Will Serve Solution.
Okay, and today, an objection came up, I overcame it, but our employees don't want any medical insurance because that would reduce the benefits they get from their spouses. You know, I just told them that there is a whole cafeteria of benefits, and if that one they're not interested in, the employees don't have to have that.
Well, that's a valid concern, and it's very easily explained. So in order for them to participate in this program, they have to have qualifying medical insurance. If they're on their spouse's insurance, it doesn't affect it whatsoever. It's needed in order to participate in this program. But if they don't have any medical insurance whatsoever, then we'll install a MEC plan, which is minimum essential coverage, making them compliant with the IRS. And they can pay for that with freed up tax dollars.
Okay, so they don't really have anything to lose, but if they have double coverage, only one's going to pay, right?
Well, that's right. And their medical insurance, like I said, is great. But when they're hurt and can't go to work, it doesn't pay them cash. These policies don't coordinate with any medical insurance whatsoever. So you don't even have to pay medical bills with the benefit you receive.
Yeah, that's what I talked about is income replacement, so that they could buy groceries and continue their lifestyle. Right. Okay. The one other objection I had, I don't want to monopolize this, but I've really been involved in this for a while. They say if I don't have a lot of trust with them or experience, they're saying you're asking for very sensitive information. It doesn't seem like we're asking for very sensitive information. How do you handle that, Corey?
Yeah, just tell them to leave their employees' names, social security numbers, and dates of birth. Extract that from the payroll journal. We just need the numbers to get a proposal.
Oh,
and
great.
if they want to move forward past that, then we'll collect that information. Once that relationship has been established and some common ground is found.
Great. One last question. They asked me, why would we work for nothing? Because I tell them whether they accept our proposal or not, it's going to cost you the same thing, nothing. I got that from Will. Why are they working for nothing? Now, I did handle the objection, but how would you do that, Corey?
Well, I explain it like this. If you decide to participate, you get to take the dollars that are going to Uncle Sam right now, which you don't get to see how it directly affects you and your life and your community. If you do decide to participate, those dollars that were going to Uncle Sam that you don't know how are affecting your life, you get to decide. You get to be that steward of your money and decide how those dollars are going to affect you. And it still has an impact on your community and on the healthcare system, because this program only exists to help the government
Sorry about that.
reduce the cost and usage of the healthcare system.
I'm sorry, I gotta quiet my dog. Very bad.
No worries.
Can you repeat that? It only exists because of what?
Yeah, the reason this program exists, this incentive for employers, is to help the government reduce the cost and usage of the healthcare system. That's why many will say, oh, this sounds too good to be true. Well, it's not, because the government is not doing you a favor here. You're doing them one.
Yep. So that is why, guys, that
Sorry, I'm back.
this program right here, we are not selling anything. We are not selling anything. We are helping these people to get the benefit, get the money back. So again, you will run into a lot of clients will all of a sudden start to compare with you, saying that, oh, if I enroll this, what's going to happen with my benefit? How is your benefit perform, so on and so forth. The things that I tell them is that, hey, listen, this is free. It does not cost you anything. either you take it or you don't. If you don't take it, the money is not going to come back into your pocket. It's going to go back to the federal government's pocket. So it's your choice. Would you like to claim back your money, or would you like to give the money to the federal government? It's totally up to you. It's no cost to you. We need to re-emphasize over and over and over again, because again, this is too good to be true. Honestly, every time when you talk to somebody else, it's too good to be true. And I say that one more time. This is a federal program. And many of you already know that we are part of MBDA, right? We are part of MBDA. And every MBDA office that I talk to about this program, they're all surprised things like this even exist. And I told them, yes, it is. So again, to a lot of people, to the majority of people, this is too good to be true. And sometimes when you say too good to be true, they would automatically think about this as scam. I ask you, what did I scam you? I didn't ask a dime from you. I didn't ask for any social security number from any of your employees. All I wanted to know is your payroll journal, how much you pay. That's it. And then we give you a proposal. You like it or not, it's totally up to you. So again, I want everybody to start to sink in what we are trying to do right here. And this is just a door opener for a much, much bigger scale of business that you will run into. It's because this is a door opener for you to actually talk to the decision maker. And they are what? They are all business people. And business people needs what? They need funding. You let them know, we are Sequoia Lending. We are here to provide this service to you. But at the same time, when you need funding, when you need money, I'm the person to come to. And that is what I hope to see. We've been through this many, many, many times before. We've been through this through PPP. Through PPP, now we build up a lot of clients that have the trust in us, that keep, whenever they think about money, they come back to us. Through ERTC, we have business people coming back to us. Through SETC, happening right now as we speak, we have clients that come to us for funding after they get the SETC from us. But all these programs are all temporary. They all will end some point or the other. PPP is gone. ERTC is gone. SETC will expire next year. But this one is forever. Unless they change the law, unless they amend it, we don't know. It's going to keep continuing on. We utilize this as a door opener to get to other services that we can provide to our clients. Okay. So again,
hang on. I have one quick question. And the question was for Corey. You said you open up your lines. You say something like to the business owner, if I could reduce your payroll taxes and something else. You were talking really quick, but I really like that opening up line of communication with the business. Could you just repeat that opening line that you use all the time?
Yeah, of course. And I'll give you a little more detail on that. I use frameworks for everything. And this is called the ACA framework. It's acknowledge, compliment, and then ask. Okay. So I'll acknowledge them as an employer. You know, it must be really hard when the expenses are going through the roof. Everything is more expensive than it was a few years ago. What are you doing to reduce your expenses? Well, and if I can reduce, and then the compliment, you know, for you to be in business now, you got to be tough. You know, you got to be innovative. You got to be resilient. So I commend you on that. And then the ask. And the ask is always just something that'll move the conversation forward to what you want to talk about with them. So acknowledge, compliment, ask. And the ask is, you know, if I could help you reduce those expenses, and at the same time, you can give your employees benefits and neither of you got to come out of pocket for it, don't you think it would be worth a 30-minute phone call? And you can leave your wallet at home. I can't sell you anything.
Repeat it one more time for me.
Sure. If I can reduce your expenses, go ahead.
No, just to remind you that this is recorded and it's always
okay.
on YouTube, okay.
Sorry about that.
Right.
No worries.
So again, we already
if I could reduce your expenses, give all your employees benefits, neither of you had to come out of pocket for it, would it be worth a 30-minute phone call to you?
Okay, well, thank you so much, Corey. Thank you so much for all these questions. I know that everybody would like to still engage. That's fantastic, but we're already at 9 o'clock. We don't want to keep everybody's, on and on. So again, all these training are recorded, posted onto our website, onto our YouTube channel. So if you're not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. And once the video posted onto YouTube, you will get notified, right? So the bottom line is that, hey, what are you going to do with this? We have all the helps right here. We have all the services and products and whatsoever right here. And I believe we have one of the best service on our platform, which is the Smurf. So it is totally up to you. What are you going to do with it? So if you need help or question or so on and so forth, please feel free to reach out to us via email, via phone call, text messages, whatever that might be. You know how to get to us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Get involved with us on our Facebook page. We post a lot of information over there. So if you don't know how to get into it, please talk to the person who invited you here. He or she can invite you to our private Facebook page. So one more time, thank you so much, everyone. And thank you so much, Corey, for coming online. And great, thank you, Corey, for the last few weeks, that all the hours that we spent together, that you spent with us, and finally fine-tune this system to where we are today. And it's not perfect. I'm sure that we can still fine-tune this more and more, but this is where get to a point where it's sufficient enough for us to go out there to feel really, really comfortable to go out there to start enrolling people.
Absolutely.
So again,
far from perfect, but that indicates that everyone here right now in this moment is ground floor.
yes.
And when I hate to take up any more of everyone's time, but there's been many opportunities that have come along for me. I was the right place, I was at the right time, but I wasn't the right person. So I hope that you find yourself here now, and that you're the right person willing to do something with this, because it's going to change your life, and it can do it in one phone call.
Yep.
Or it can do it in 10 phone calls.
Okay, great. So again, thank you so much for everyone. So tomorrow, if you have any member that speaks Chinese, same time, we have a Chinese training. We are talking about the exact same thing, but in Chinese. Friday night, come back again. We're going to have a hustle talk. Okay. So again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. And I see you tomorrow night. Good night. Bye-bye.
God bless you, Coach.